Most people will never change their life, not because they can't, but because they don't believe they're supposed to. They settle, they scroll, they wait for motivation instead of building discipline. But if you're still watching this, it means something inside you refuses to be average. You feel it, that hunger, that voice in your gut that says, there's more, and I'm meant for it. This is where that journey begins, not tomorrow, not when you're ready. This isn't just a video, it's a decision, and from this moment forward, you think, move, and build. Like the 1%, everyone wants change, but most don't understand what it really demands. They think they need more time, more money, more motivation. But the truth, the real difference between those who rise and those who repeat is mindset. The 1% don't wait for perfect conditions. They don't wait to feel ready. They move when it's hard. They build when it's dark. And they become who they were meant to be. Not by accident, but by decision. The 1% don't see life the way most people do. They don't wait to be chosen. They don't ask for approval. They move with intention. They act with clarity. They decide, even when it's uncomfortable. It's not about money. It's not about privilege. It's about how they show up. When it's raining, when it's hard, when no one is watching. That's what separates them. And here's the truth. They have the same 24 hours as you, same seconds, same sunrises, same days on the clock, just like Elon, just like Gates, just like you. Let me ask you something most people avoid. Where does your time actually go? Be honest. Scrolling? Numbing out? Bouncing from distraction to distraction? Convincing yourself you'll start tomorrow? Most people don't lack potential. They leak it, one wasted hour at a time. They trade minutes for moments of comfort instead of using them to build something permanent. You say you want success? Then look at your calendar. That's your scoreboard. Because while you're watching another episode, someone else is watching their future unfold. One focused hour at a time, and that person could be you. Most people think the 1% were born different, that they had some secret, some gift, a faster brain, a richer family, talent, or luck. And that belief, it becomes their excuse. I wasn't born with it. I didn't get the same chances. But the truth is brutal. Success doesn't care who you are. It cares what you're willing to do. The 1% didn't win because the world handed them something. They won because they showed up when others didn't. When others were sleeping, they were building. When others made excuses, they kept moving. And when they failed, they used it, not as a reason to quit, but as fuel to come back sharper. Talent may give you a head start, but discipline decides the finish line. And luck, that only visits the ones still moving when the odds look impossible. You don't need special, you don't need perfect, you need hunger. Hunger to learn, hunger to grow, hunger to keep going long after the crowd goes quiet. Because the truth is, the 1% didn't wait to be chosen. They chose themselves. And now, so can you. Growth isn't supposed to feel good. It's supposed to stretch you, expose your weaknesses, make you uncomfortable. That's why most people run from it. But the 1%, they run toward it. They understand this. Growth only happens on the edge of what you know, on the edge of what you believe you can handle. The gym doesn't build muscle with comfort. It builds with resistance. And life is no different. So if it hurts, if it's hard, good. That's your sign. That means you're getting stronger. That means you're not stuck. You're leveling up. And that's exactly what growth feels like. Let's be honest. Everyone wants success, but very few are willing to pay what it costs. Because winning, it's not free. It demands sacrifice. 1% know this. They sacrifice comfort because growth lives in discomfort. They sacrifice weekends because their goals don't take days off. They sacrifice being liked because they'd rather be respected. They walk away from toxic friendships. They say no to distractions. They go silent while they build. While the rest of the world is partying, they're preparing. While others sleep, they rise. Not because they hate fun, but because they know every yes to the wrong thing is a no to their future. That's the trade. Sacrifice now to live free later. Pay the price to win the war. It's not easy. It's not popular, but it's the reason why most people stay stuck and why the 1% keep rising. Most people don't quit because it's impossible. They quit because it's inconvenient. They start with fire, but the moment it gets hard, the moment the applause stops, they fold because they weren't built for resistance, they were built for reward. See, everyone loves the idea of success until it demands something real from them. Time, sacrifice, consistency without recognition. Most people don't lose to failure. They lose to fatigue. They stop when the results don't come fast enough, when the grind gets quiet, when no one's watching. But the 1%, they're not addicted to dopamine. They're addicted to discipline. They don't quit when it's hard. That's when they lock in deeper, because they know the storm is not a signal to stop. It's a signal to rise. Most people react to life. The 1%, they design it. They don't just hope things get better. They plan, they prepare, and they act. When most people say, "I can't afford that," the 1% ask, "How can I afford it?" When others complain about the problem, the 1% are already building the solution. They don't avoid failure. They dissect it. They don't chase shortcuts. They build systems. Their success isn't an accident. It's architecture. Day by day, brick by brick, they craft the life they want. With discipline, not dreams. And the truth, you can too. But first, you have to stop thinking like the 99% and start moving like the 1%. Most people run from failure. They avoid it, hide from it, or worse, let it define them. But the 1%, they walk straight into it because they understand something most don't. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the training ground for it. Every setback, a signal to adapt. Every rejection, a lesson in redirection. They don't ask, "Why me?" They ask, "What now?" Where others see failure as a wall, they see it as a door, a brutal, unforgiving door that only opens when you keep knocking. The difference isn't that the 1% fail less, they just don't stop. Because to them, failing isn't falling. It's feedback. It's refinement. It's a necessary part of building something that lasts. Let me ask you one last question. Are you going to be one of them? The ones who scroll past this? Feel fired up for a second, then go right back to comfort? Or are you going to choose something else? Because this moment right now, it's more than just a video. It's a line in the sand. You've seen how the 1% think. You've felt what separates them. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's ownership, discipline, relentless belief. So if there's even a spark left in you, fan it. Build something with it. Your legacy starts today, and the world doesn't need another excuse. It needs a leader. It needs you.